scoring position with nobody out here in the top of the first inning. Oklahoma Christian was extremely aggressive on the bases and at the plate last night against Lubbock Christian. Got a run each of the first 3 innings, got a stellar performance from their starter, and cruised on to the victory. And a quick visit to the mound from the St. Mary's catcher, Keith Funk. Keith Funk, the catcher for St. Mary's, as he has been all weekend long. No changes on the Rattlers defense. The Eagles made one change defensively, but they just swapped their third baseman designated hitter from the last game. 1-0 to Jones. Ropes this one right to the shortstop, Ramirez. Great base running by Polston. Immediately turned and raced back to second. Jones upset with himself right there. Or maybe not upset. He hit it hard, but no doubt right to the shortstop. Here's Robert Rosser, the right fielder. Shadows lengthening across the field here. Lights are on. We still got a fair bit of daylight, but as we saw yesterday, these lights are a little bit low hung, and high fly balls that get past the lights were, well, pretty invisible. Oh, 1. Swung on and missed. Quickly 0-2 to Rosser. Oh, 2. Popped up. Foul territory, third base side, and it will be caught. Two outs, runner still at second. Jake Baxter, the big slugging first baseman. 6'4", 220-pound righty. Big cut there, fouls that off. Baxter club high 13 home runs, 52 runs batted in, slugging an even 600 as we start this ball game. Oh, 1 count. Hebner, a long check back at second base. Baxter fires this foul out of play. Eagles hitters have come up there hacking all weekend long. They like to put pressure on the other team. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Baxter chased one up around his shoulders. He is down on strikes. The leadoff walk is left stranded in scoring position. Rattlers coming to bat in the bottom of the first inning. We'll take a quick timeout. 2016 Heartland Conference Baseball Tournament survival game between the Eagles and the Rattlers. We'll be back in a moment. Back at Red Murph Field, the Eagles of Oklahoma Christian out on defense, taking their tosses. They're wearing their home whites, but they were wearing that in the first game. They were the home team. Austin Orth back behind the plate for Oklahoma Christian. Left side of the infield, Ben McKenzie has taken over at third base after playing DH the first one. Alex Polston at short. Zach Cobble at second. Jake Baxter at first. Left to right around the outfield, Kyle Lacey, Derek Jones, Robert Rosser. And on the hill for the Eagles, number 21, Dylan Fazekas, 6'2", 220-pound junior righty out of Red Oak, Oklahoma. Fazekas on the season, this is his 7th start, his 19th appearance. He's got 3 saves to his credit, 3-5 record, an ERA even at 5. 54 innings pitched, 58 hits, 34 runs, 30 of those runs are earned. He's walked 25, struck out 51, opponents batting .271 against the righty. Brian Ramirez, the shortstop for the Rattlers, will step in to lead it off. 5'9", 175-pound junior graduate transfer from Texas Pan American. Ramirez took an 0 for 4 in the first ball game today. And Fazekas pumps in a fastball low and away, ball 1 to start it out. Fouled back into the net, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ramirez, Bryce Brandel, Matt Smith, the top 3 in the order. If anyone reaches base, Jack Kaiser will come up. Brandel and Kaiser each have a home run already in the tournament for St. Mary's. Another big rip, another foul ball back into the net. One-two pitch. Downstairs, smothered by Orth. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fazekas working on the first base side of the pitching rubber. This ball sharply hit, but right to the shortstop. Paulston sets up, guns it over, and he gets his opposite number by a step. There have been some really good shortstops at this tournament. Alex Polston doesn't have the best offensive numbers. I don't think there has been a better defensive shortstop that we have seen here. Bryce Brandel, the big center fielder, steps in. Brandel got the scoring started this morning with a solo home run, his only hit of the game against Lubbock Christian. Takes that for a strike. 0-1 pitch. Tries to put down a bunt and shoots it foul over into the Eagle dugout. Oh, 2 reaches out, pokes this out into left field. Good piece of hitting. Kept his hands and his weight back and just had enough power to shoot that one out for a single. Here's the third baseman, Matt Smith. Smith this morning was 1 for 4, scored a run. Fouled back into the net. St. Mary's got 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning, jumping on the Chaparral's freshman right-hander, Ricky Contreras, but he steadied the ship. Ended up going 7 and only allowed those 2 runs. And in the bottom of the 8th, Jack Kaiser, a head-first slide home to plate the winning run. 0-1, runners going. Pitch fouled back into the screen. The story from that early game, though, was the St. Mary's starter, Oscar Sepulveda. 9 innings, 134 pitches, 11 strikeouts. Of those 11 strikeouts, he punched out 7 looking. He had it going on. 0-2. Driven out to right field. Pretty well hit. Rosser, though, will track it down and make the play. What wind we have had here today has been blowing across the field right to left. Really foul pole to foul pole. Jack Kaiser wearing number 24 in this uniform combination. Kaiser, 6'3", 215-pound redshirt junior lefty out of Friendswood, Texas, by way of the University of Mississippi. 2 for 4 this morning, scored the winning run. As I said, he was thrown out at home earlier in the ballgame on a contested play. Throw over, it gets away from Baxter, kicks off the screen. Brandel going to hustle down to second on the throwing error. Now the Rattlers with a runner in scoring position. Yesterday, Kaiser hit a laser of a home run over the right field fence. It gave St. Mary's a lead over St. Edwards for about a half an inning. Yeah, first pitch to him a little bit wide. One-0. Here it comes. Driven out to left field, but Lacey backpedaling all the way to the warning track and puts it away. Well, the Rattlers get a hit. They leave him stranded in scoring position. 1 inning in the books. We are scoreless. The new kids in the block on the conference, the Oklahoma Christian Eagles, will be back to bat when we return. Back at Red Murph Field. Top of the second inning, no score. Oklahoma Christian with an error. St. Mary's with a hit. Neither team with any runs. 5, 6, 7 spots due up. Kyle Lacey made some nice plays out in left field today for the Eagles. Lacey was 1 for 4 in the game earlier today. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Looks at that one up and away. Count evens. Lacey, 5'11", 175-pound senior lefty from Mustang, Oklahoma. That one sails up and in. 2 balls, 1 strike. Winner of this one will be back here tomorrow at noon. First pitch against St. Edwards. Lacey hammers this to right field. And Johnson is going to watch it go. It is out of here. Kyle Lacey, his 7th big fly of the season. That's causing a bit of a quiet riot amongst the OC fans who have made the trip down here from Oklahoma City. And that ball was just drilled. Now Ben McKenzie will step in, see what he can do for the encore. 6 foot, 200-pound senior from W.T. White High School in the Dallas area. McKenzie with a big rip fouls it straight back. Very curious about the mindset for both of these coaches and the state of their pitching staffs. Obviously, this is a do-or-die game. You got to win this one if you have someone who can give you some outs. St. Mary's bullpen got worked yesterday. Their starter only went an inning and a third, but then Sepulveda this morning with an absolute gem, complete game, kept everybody fresh. This ball stroked out into center field, but it's going to hang up just enough for Brandel to settle underneath it. Oklahoma Christian, they used their 1-2 punch last night to get the last 2 innings worth of outs. They kept them on the bench earlier today, that of course being Dylan Sturgis and Jake Moore. Here is Sterling, the designated hitter in this game for the Eagles. In there for a strike. He played third base last game. He's also done a lot of pitching for them this year. He might be their starter if they advance to tomorrow. 0-1. Slices this foul out of play to the right. No balls, 2 strikes. Oh and 2. Up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. See Sterling's pants down there in the light. He got very dirty that first game, making a lot of plays, diving around at third base. If he can repeat some of those theatrics, he's just going to be downright filthy by the end of this ball game. Eagles not changing the uniforms, as I mentioned, and now Sterling will call time and step out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down, top of the second inning. Sterling slices this one again out of play to the right. A lot of these hitters seeming to be waiting on the pitches. They don't want to get blown away by the fastball. They're swinging late when they react. That one almost hit him, but he was able to get out of the way. Sterling's front toe on his back foot, about half an inch from the front of that chalk line near the plate. This one popped up, shallow right field. Barnes tracking it all the way, makes the play. And 2 out for Austin Orth. Orth, the 6'2", 230-pound senior right-handed hitter out of Fort Collins, Colorado. Had an RBI double in the first game today against St. Edwards, but was repeatedly clashing with the home plate umpire, disagreeing on several calls. Coach Lonnie Cobble ended up pulling him so that he did not get himself exited from the ball game and would be able to play this one. First pitch swinging, ground ball to short. Ramirez guns it over, and the side is retired. But the Eagles take the lead. A run, a hit, no errors, no runners left on base. Inning and a half in the books. 1-0, Oklahoma Christian. You're watching this game on the Heartland Conference Broadcast Network. Bottom of the second inning. Back here at Red Murph Field on the campus of Mary Hardin Baylor in lovely Belton, Texas. Cameron Kushwar with you. Glad you could join us. If you're just tuning in or you've been here all day, part of the day, yesterday, we are glad to have you. We'd love to have you back tomorrow. Donnie Perez will step to the plate for St. Mary's. He has absolutely killed it so far at this tournament. He was 4 for 5 in the first game yesterday. Added a couple hits this morning. Takes low and away. Ball 1. Perez, 6 foot, 195-pound redshirt freshman righty from Somerset High School in San Antonio. This ball is sharply hit into left center field. Perez continues his hot hitting. The St. Mary's team, they just play smash mouth baseball. They take a lot of walks. They hit the ball really hard when they hit it, and they just go out there and try to outscore you and bludgeon you. And it's worked for them. They've been very successful for a very long time. Angel Vega, the designated hitter, coming up. 5'11", 195-pound junior righty out of El Paso. He hit a laser home run yesterday that sparked a little bit of animosity between the benches and the coaching staffs of St. Edward's and St. Mary's. That pitch is low. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error for Oklahoma Christian. No runs, 2 hits, no errors so far for St. Mary's. Swing and a miss. Vicious cut right there. Came up empty. Perez 0 for 2 this year in the stolen base department for the Rattlers. One pitch. Drives this to right field. Well hit. On the run. Not going to get there is Rosser. Nice turn and fire back into his second baseman. It'll keep Perez at third. Vega at second. But now the Rattlers 2 in scoring position with nobody out. Vega, that ball just kept carrying once it left his bat. Rosser, as many of the right fielders in this tournament has been shaded more towards right center with the wind mostly blown away. Here is Zach Johnson. Speaking of right fielders, 6'3", 210-pound redshirt sophomore right-handed hitter from Austin, Texas. Goes the other way with it, but shoots it foul. First base coach with a nice play. Keith Funk, the catcher, waiting on deck. Johnson, 326 average. A dozen doubles, 3 home runs this year. High chopper back up the middle. Game's going to be tied. Polston throws over. Only play is to first base. Perez scampers home to score. Vega to third. Johnson with the RBI, 6-3. And we're all square. Orth out to talk with Fazekas. Make sure they're both on the same page. Here is Keith Funk, the Rattlers catcher. 6'2", 195-pound redshirt senior. Originally from Reagan High School in San Antonio. A lot of excellent collegiate athletes have come through there. Funk looks at a pitch high, ball 1. The always entertaining Bo Barnes waiting on deck. Again, upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Good rip by Funk, fouled back into the net. Rattlers catcher digs back in. Fazika staying in the stretch with the runner on third base. Swung on, skied, right side, foul territory. Baxter with the over-the-shoulder catch, then turns and guns it in. What a play by Jake Baxter, getting the out and having the presence of mind to fire it back in and keep the runner at third base. Over-the-shoulder basket catch. Here is Barnes. 5'10", 188-pound junior righty from Dallas, Texas. Barnes, first pitch, pops it up, foul territory, first base side, any room. Orth makes the play. Rattlers get second and third, nobody out, only get 1 run out of it. 2 hits, no errors, a runner left on base. They answer the Eagles' run with 1 of their own. We are still tied as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. 9-1-2 spots for the Eagles coming up when we return. Top of the 3rd inning. Zach Cobble leads it off for the Eagles. Looks at a curveball, first pitch, strike 1. Cobble, Polston Jones due up. Curveball around the outside corner, 0-2. Still a little bit of sunlight here. It's in the faces of the right side of the field, first, second, right field. Maybe the very tops of the pitcher's body still in sunlight. Everything else getting pretty dark. Cobble down on strikes. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Looked like he wasn't very sure of those, but that last one was definitely right there. Polston back up. He walked leading off the ball game. Stole a base. Was stranded at second. First pitch to him, misses. Both these hurlers working quickly. Sharply hit, but right to the third baseman, Smith. Remember the Heartland Conference Gold Glove team. Hoovers it up, guns him out. Quickly, 2 down. And Derek Jones will come up. He hit a line drive, but right at the shortstop, Ramirez. First pitch bounces up there. Nice play by Funk, treated like a shortstop. Swing and a miss. One and one. A little bit upstairs. 2-1. Hebner. Nice compact, quick delivery. Foul pop up, first base side. Kaiser with the slide, and he makes the catch. We are seeing both teams' first basemen flash some leather in foul territory. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Eagles. We'll head to the bottom of the third inning. Top of the order coming back up for their second crack for St. Mary's when we return. Welcome back to the Heartland Conference Baseball Tournament. Cameron Kushwar with you here. Brian Ramirez in the top of the order, due up for St. Mary's. First pitch swinging, hits this a mile in the air. Shallow left center field. Polston waves everybody off, makes the play. One pitch, one out. We've seen Oklahoma Christian be uber aggressive at the plate throughout this weekend. St. Mary's typically a team that is a little bit more patient, likes to draw a lot of walks, but they think they can go out and get Dylan Fazekas, and that's what they're trying to do. Brandel singled to left field, stranded at second in the first inning. Downstairs, ball one. Takes a moment to adjust his batting gloves. Deep breath. Now he's back in and ready to go. That is a little bit low. 2 balls, no strikes. Two-0 pitch. Brandel waits. There's a strike. Still waiting. Fazekas into his wind. Chopper to the right side. Baxter takes it himself. Races over to first. Both these pitchers settling into a groove. Fazekas, after he had second, third, nobody out last inning, has retired 5 straight. His opposite number, Hebner, after the leadoff home run in the second, set down the next 6. Big swing and a miss by Matt Smith. He flied out to right field in the first inning. Kind of glad that the first game of the tournament yesterday, that 9-8 slogging slugfest, turned out to be the pretender of this conference tournament. It wasn't the norm. Everything else, we've had some very crisp, fast-paced games, well-pitched, well-fielded, too. 1-1. Smith looks at a breaking ball, just drops in late. I think he was angry at himself for giving up on that pitch. This ball is crushed to center field, but Jones was already pretty deep. Drifts back, settles underneath it. And each pitcher has set down 6 in a row. We're moving right along through 3 innings. We're still tied up at 1. In the top of the 4th, the Eagles will have the heart of their order, 3, 4, 5 spots due up. Back at Red Murph Field, just over 40 minutes gone by in this ball game. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Robert Rosser leads it off for the Eagles. Looks at a pitch low, ball 1. Just over 8 hours of real time that we've been broadcasting for you today. That is a little bit outside, 2-0. Third and final game today, day 2 of 3 in the Heartland Conference Baseball Tournament. We'll have at least 1 tomorrow, possibly 2. Winner of this one will have to knock off the St. Edward Hilltoppers twice. Rosser rolls over a pitch on his thumbs. Little ground ball out to second. He's retired. We're slated for a noon first pitch tomorrow. There's good chance of weather all day tomorrow afternoon. We will let you know if anything happens. We'll do the absolute best we can. Everyone here in the press box is giving me a dirty look for even bringing it up, but I'm in the same boat as you guys. So here's Jake Baxter, the first baseman. Great play to get an out in that second inning and not give up the run. And then he bloops a little line drive out into right field, and he'll journey on down to first base. Just got that off the end of the bat, but he is strong enough leverage in those arms to flick it out over the second baseman. And a 1-out single. Second hit of the ball game for the Eagles. The other one belongs to this man, and it left the ballpark. Lacey, a solo home run leading off the second inning. I imagine Huebner's going to pitch him differently this time. Yeah, that one in the right-handed batter's box. He couldn't have hit that one if he'd had a telephone pole. Baxter, good wheels at first base, 4 for 4 on the base path this year. Eagles like to run nearly a stolen base a ball game. Lacey, big rip there, fouled back into the net. That one almost hit him. 2-1. That would have been one of those getting hit accidentally there, made no effort to really get out of the way, but don't turn into the ball like a lot of guys do. Call that one the Craig Biggio, where you turn in even though the other parts of your body going. Baxter running on the first movement, swung on and missed, throw down, not in time. 5th stolen base of the year for Jake Baxter. Going on first movement, got a great jump. And he is not a plodding first baseman by any stretch of the imagination, but he does slug the ball like one of them. So he is in scoring position with one out. 2-2 count on Lacey. Ground ball to third. High hop. Kaiser stays with it. Little underhand toss to Hebner covering. Baxter down to third. But there are 2 outs. And it'll come down to Ben McKenzie. McKenzie flied out to center field, his first at bat. Hebner's first pitch. Nice stop by Funk. Keeping that runner at third base. One 0. Trying to wrap the curveball around the outside corner. No dice, says the umpire. Two 0 pitch. Again with the same pitch. Again, same result. 3 balls, no strikes. Good crowd on hand here for this ball game, as there has been all weekend long. Short enough drive for St. Edwards and St. Mary's fans. For Lubbock Christian and Oklahoma Christian, that's a little bit more of a jaunt. But we're glad you could make it down to Central Texas. If you didn't, we're glad you're tuning in, wherever that may be. 3-0 pitch. That's right down the pipe, strike one. Wish we could get a tally of how many states. We know we've had Indiana, California, because we have heard from folks in those states. 3-1 to McKenzie. 3-2. Hebner trying to battle all the way back. Sterling waiting on deck if the inning should continue. Rattlers fans in front of our window here waving to us. Payoff pitch. Curveball drives it out to right field, but it's going to hang up in the air for Johnson. He'll settle under it and put it away. Eagles get a runner to third, but they leave him stranded there. No runs, a hit, no errors, runner left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 4th inning, 4-5-6 due up for St. Mary's when we return on the Heartland Conference Broadcast Network. Kaiser to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning for St. Mary's. He flew out to left field his first time up. Takes outside, ball 1. Kaiser pops this foul out of play to the left. One. Drives this into right field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Kaiser continues his good solid tournament. And Donnie Perez will come up. He singled leading off the second inning, came around to score the Rattlers' first run. St. Mary's with 4 hits already in this ball game. Perez checks his swing. No, he did not, says the first base umpire. Oh, 1. Well hit out to left center field. Who wants it? Right at the fence. Jones makes way, and it'll be Lacey tracking it down. That was hit hard. It was right up against the fence, probably 370 some odd feet from home plate. Making the catch, not running into his teammate. Good show all around. Here is Vega, the DH. He drove a double to right field his last time up. Kaiser very short lead at first. Vega hits this out to left field, but a guy underneath it. Lacey, much easier play that time. Quickly 2 outs. Johnson will come up. Johnson has the Rattlers' lone RBI so far in this contest. Smacked a ground ball out to shortstop. That got Perez home from third base. Takes the pitch low, ball 1. Dylan Fazikis had set down 6 straight. He has retired 8 of 9. Long time here between pitches. Johnson waits on the 1-2. Fazikis checks Kaiser. Other way, one hopper right to Cobble at second. Flips it over. 4-3. Each team strands a runner in scoring position in the 4th inning. We're just cruising right along. Even Steven through 4 innings, tied up at 1. 2016 Heartland Conference Baseball Tournament. Back in a moment. Top of the 5th inning. Making very good time here. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for the Eagles. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the Rattlers. Both pitchers looking very sharp. They've each made One real big mistake, and that's all. First pitch in the 5th inning to Sterling. Takes the breaking ball and under his hands for a strike. Hebner looking very sharp. Good movement on his breaking stuff. He's throwing it for strikes. And the hitters are not making much in the way of adjustments to it. That one misses up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. This ball hit out to left field, but he got underneath it. Still long run. Oh, it goes off the glove of Brandel. Sterling's going to end up on second. We'll see how that one is scored. Looks like he overran it. That's going to go down as a hit. Brandel had a really long way to go. And in the end, he just overran it by half a step. At the last moment, tried to slam on the brakes. So now the Eagles, the leadoff man in scoring position. Here is Orth, the catcher. See what the Eagles want to do here. Rattlers are expecting to bunt. They're creeping in everywhere but short. Orth does square, pulls it back. Pitch was in the dirt. So they're getting the wheel play on. They're charging Kaiser in from first base. Barnes racing over from second to cover first. The game within a game. It's like Inception. Baseball Inception. I'm sure someone else has thought of that, but if they haven't, I'm going to lay claim to it. 1-0. This time he does bunt. Hard to the third baseman. Bobbled briefly, but recovered, and Smith throws over. 5-4 on the sacrifice. Sterling advances to third. He's there with 1 out. And Zach Cobble will come to the plate. He drove in a run in this exact situation last night against Lubbock Christian with a ground ball to second base. That could do the trick here again, but we'll see how St. Mary's wants to play it. If they sit back or if they bring that infield in, figuring that runs are going to be hard to come by, as they have been in every game but one so far. And they are going to come in. Ramirez, the shortstop, about even with the bases. Everyone else in on the grass. Curveball sails outside. Ball 1. Suicide squeeze, and it works to perfection. Hebner with the throw over to record Cobble. What a gutsy play. Completely indefensible when you get the bunt down, and Zach Cobble did. And the Eagles take the lead 2-1. 2 out, bases empty. Top of the order coming up. Oh, that is fun stuff. And it'll just kill your defense. It's poison. There's nothing you can do to stop that if the offense gets the bunt down. Polston is walked and grounded to third. Takes upstairs. 1-1. Way outside there. Hebner winds. Misses up and away. Three-one. Nowhere near. He almost hit him. Polston draws his second walk. Two down for Jones. Jones has lined to short and fouled out to the first baseman. He'll throw over and Polston back in easily. He did steal a base in that first inning, but they couldn't get him home. They'll throw over again. Hebner with the lazy move. Just let him know that he knows he's there. He's thinking about him. Jones looks at that one low. And we're going to get a visit to the mound from the Rattlers coaching staff. No activity up in the bullpen yet. Whole infield will come over to talk it over. Sterling led off the inning with a double to left center field. They bunted him over to third, and then he scored on the suicide squeeze. Check of the runner, and then they'll throw over. They're not just doing this to buy time and let another arm get loose. Like I said, there's no one throwing. Hebner's been really good aside from a couple pitches he's left up out over the plate. And again, he'll throw over. Well, Polston, the shortstop on base there, he's got a lot of tools. We saw the speed one earlier. He bluffs. And now we'll step off and do it again. Breaking ball sails low. 2 balls, no strikes. Hebner really focused on that base runner there. Seems a little flustered. Two-0, long look, bluff. They had him picked off, but and there's the balk. Well, they were trying to bait him into it, and it finally worked. Each pitcher has been called for a balk now. It's spooky how close these teams have been matched today. So now runner in scoring position. 2 outs, 2-0 count. Eagles have their best hitter at the plate. Jones swings and misses. Still a hitter's count to the Oklahoma Christian center fielder. Barnes retreating. Back to second base. Oh, great rip. Fouled it straight back. He just missed it. Jones a little angry with himself. Hebner again taking his time. 2-2. Jones rifles it foul down the right side. Hebner with another long look in. Yeah, he likes the sign. Another bluff out at second base from Polston. Hebner just staring him down. 2-2 Jones, little dribbler to short. They're going to have to hurry. Smith fires on the run, bouncing. Oh, what a play by Kaiser to hang on to that one. If that gets past him, Polston's going to score on the error. Instead, it's a 5-3. But Eagles take the lead. A hit on a run scored on a suicide squeeze. No errors, runner left on base. Halfway home, do or die game. Eagles and Rattlers. Eagles lead it 2-1. We'll be back with the bottom of the fifth in a moment. Keith Funk will lead off the bottom of the fifth, 8-9-1 spots for the Rattlers. Funk looks at strike one from Fazekas. Funk fouled out to the first baseman, his first time up. 0-1. Chopped foul down the third baseline. Oh and 2. Look out. Up and over his head. One ball, two strike to the Rattlers catcher. Checks his swing. He holds up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Funk taking his time, getting back in the box. Line drive into right center field. He sprinted out of the box, was thinking about 2, but a nice play by the right fielder, getting over there quickly. Rosser fires it back in, and he'll hold him to a single. Now Bo Barnes, the second baseman, up. We'll see how Coach Meagle wants to play this, see if he wants to put down a bunt and get the tying run in scoring position. And he does try to bunt, but he pushes it foul. Funk will amble on back to second base. Keith Funk runs well for a catcher. They'll throw over now to try and keep him close. A lot of gamesmanship here. Both these teams know the smallest thing can make a difference. And if they lose this game, their season is over. This time the bunt is down. It's a good one. Only play will be to first. Just barely got him. 1-3 on the sacrifice. Funk down to second for the top of the order in Brian Ramirez. Ramirez has grounded out to short and popped out to short. Fazekas out of the stretch. Look back. Comes to the plate. Misses low. Ramirez, the leading hitter this year for St. Mary's. He has struggled so far in this tournament. 1-0. Ground ball right to the shortstop. Polston hoovers. Fires it over. Twice Ramirez has grounded out to his opposite number. And there are 2 outs with the runner still out at second. Bryce Brandel will come to the plate. Brandel has a hit in every game so far. One of those a home run earlier today against Lubbock Christian. Drives the first pitch out to left field. Long run. Lacey right up against the wall once again, and he puts it away. Kyle Lacey has been flashing the leather in left field all weekend long. In the bottom of the 5th, St. Mary's gets the leadoff single. They leave him stranded. They've left 4 on through 5. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Heart of the order coming up for Oklahoma Christian when we return. Back at Red Murph Field in Belton, Texas. Cameron Kushwar with you here. Just had an hour and 15 minutes of real time gone by. 5 full innings in the book. Oklahoma Christian leading by a count of 2-1 over last year's regional finalist, the St. Mary's Rattlers. Robert Rosser will lead things off here in the top of the 5th inning. And he lines the first pitch, but right to Kaiser. And the big man with the snare. Seen a few of those tonight, hitting it hard but out. Here comes Baxter. Baxter 1 for 2, singled, stole a base, left at third in the 4th inning. Breaking ball, first pitch, sails outside, ball 1. Hebner up to 75 pitches here through 5 1/3 innings, 45 of them for strikes. Effectively wild, you could call him. Boy, the St. Mary's starters have come through in a big way today after their bullpen got chewed up yesterday. This ball dribbled up the first base line, and it'll trickle foul. That stayed fair on that line for an awful long time. Catcher Funk and the pitcher Hebner were both running around by it, looking, watching, and finally they let it go. Baxter looks like he was working on his brace, that protective brace on his foot after that one. So now he'll come all the way back. Got a 1-1 count. Takes that upstairs. This one fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lays off that one. Pitch is high. Count has gone full. Fouled back. Down on a knee. Huebner moving right along. Some stirring starting. Easy for me to say. Give you a little alliteration. That wasn't easy for me to say. It's been a long day, folks. Thanks for bearing with me. Full count, stirring in the St. Mary's bullpen. And now they'll step out of the box. Baxter will climb back in, and we're ready to go. Eagles just 3 hits in this ball game, but they have made him count. Payoff pitch, poked foul again. Another payoff pitch. Here it comes. Swung on and missed. Finally able to get one past him. Baxter down on strikes for the 2nd time in this ball game. 3rd punch out for Huebner. 2 down. And here is Kyle Lacey. He has made some outstanding plays out in left field in his team's 3 games, and he started the scoring in this one with a blast of a home run leading off the 2nd inning. Takes that one for a strike. A little slow curve by Huebner took something off. Just dropped it over the outside half. Gets underneath this one, fouled back. That's coming our way, but a little bit off center to the left. Oh, 2 now to Lacey. Here it comes. Tapped foul off of home plate. We'll get a new baseball and do it all over. St. Mary's doesn't have anyone throwing yet in the bullpen, just some guys getting loose. 0-2 pitch stays high. Said it yesterday. I don't think I mentioned it today. The Rattlers, 9 pitchers this year threw at least 20 innings. They had 11 pitchers who threw double digits. So they got a lot of choices out there. Ooh, a little bit wide. Huebner thought he had a strike 3 looking. That was off the plate. It's been a pretty compact strike zone tonight for Javier Cantu. 2-2. There's strike 3 looking. Lacey, I think he was trying to lean into that one. And dropped underneath his hands, spun over the plate, and he is rung up. 1-2-3, top of the 6th inning. We go to the bottom of the frame. 3, 4, 5 spots coming up for the Rattlers. These are their thumpers. Let's see if they can try to rally and get back in this ball game. Bottom of the 6th inning, Dylan Fazekas is taking his warm-up tosses. Glad you could join us. 2nd of 3 days. 5th of 6 or maybe 7 games. 2016 Heartland Conference Baseball Tournament. St. Edwards is 2-0. They're in the championship game tomorrow. They'll get the winner this game. Lubbock Christian is 2 and barbecue and will anxiously await their postseason fate on Sunday. That one drops in for a strike. 1-1. True. Swung on, skied. Shallow center field. And that will be put away by Jones. Very nonchalant. Smith 0 for 3. Jack Kaiser will come to the plate now. He's in scoring position when he steps in the batter's box. Kaiser hit his 10th home run of the season yesterday. He's got a single and 2 trips in this one. He scored the winning run for St. Mary's this morning. And he takes strike 1. Couldn't check his swing. He's in the hole 0-2. Fazekas tried to stretch that outside corner a little further and nothing doing. Long look, shakes off a sign. Now Kaiser will call time and step out. And Orth going to head on out to the mound to talk to his right-hander. Kaiser digs back in. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Laid off. It stayed low. 2-2. Perez on deck has been arguably the hottest hitter in this tournament. This one fouled back into the net. Two. Ripped foul. Look out in his own dugout. Two and two. Up and away. Kaiser's worked the count back to full. Here's the payoff pitch. We'll do it all over. Fouled off. Fazekas has yet to strike out a Rattler batter this evening. Hebner has punched out 3 on the other side. Hitters are spoiling a lot of pitches on both sides of the diamond. Another 3-2. Swung on and missed. They'll have to throw down as he gets away from the catcher. Kaiser looked like he stumbled over his bat as he was coming out of the box right there, but he picks himself up and appears to be no worse for the wear. First strikeout recorded by Dylan Fazekas. He gave up back-to-back hard hits in the second inning, single and a double. This man Perez started it with a single, came around to score. Since then, Fazekas has only allowed a couple of singles. Rattlers unable to put together any kind of rally. First pitch to Perez, misses wide, ball 1. One-oh. Swing and a miss. Perez does have 9 home runs on the year. Gets into this one, but a little bit underneath. Jones will put it away. 3 up, 3 down. Goes the heart of the Rattlers order in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2/3 of the way home. Still 2-1. Oklahoma Christian leading. 2016 Heartland Conference Baseball Tournament on the Heartland Conference Broadcast Network. Back after this. Back at Red Murph Field, top of the 7th inning. Cruising right along here. Cameron Kushwar with you. 2-1. Eagles leading the Rattlers. Some activity in the St. Mary's bullpen. Eagles pen is quiet right now. First pitch to Ben McKenzie misses for a ball. And there's a strike dropping in. Eagles got a solo home run in the 2nd. Leadoff double in the 5th that came home on a suicide squeeze bunt. They've gotten the leadoff runner on twice. He scored both times. 1-1, driven into right field. Johnson able to keep in front of him, but he doesn't handle it cleanly. Looking for 2. Here's the throw. He is dead meat. Single to right and a 9-6. He was booking it the entire way, but Johnson, a good strong throw to get him. Here is Sterling. Doubled leading off the 5th and scored. Right now he's the winning run. He's going to make a reference about correlation and causation, getting the leadoff runner on and scoring, but they didn't get the leadoff man on right there. He was thrown out. 0-1. Fouled back out of play to our right. No balls, 2 strikes. Hebner, a long look. Now we're going to get time called. Took too long. Lays off. Pitch was high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sterling waiting. Lines this foul out of play on the right side. That one bounces up there. Hebner will get a new baseball. We'll get ready and do it again. 1 out, top of the 7th inning. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Eagles. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for the Rattlers. Grounded to first. Oh, takes a bad hop. Kicks over Kaiser into right field. Sterling will be on with the base hit. Big high hop. Nothing he could have done about that one. Here comes Orth. The Eagles could have something in business here if they hadn't had their leadoff man gunned out, trying to stretch a single into a double. Orth put down a sacrifice bunt his last time up. Got Sterling over to third where he scored on the suicide squeeze. His first time up, he grounded out too short. This ball is crushed into left center field. It will be cut off there by Perez. A very long single for Orth. Sterling hustling all the way, makes it to third. And the Eagles cooking again. Runners at first and third. Only 1 out. And here is Zach Cobble. Do they dare try a second squeeze? That would be just about the most gutsy play I can imagine. Cobble struck out looking, his only official at bat. And St. Mary's going to call timeout. They want to talk this over. They know how important this game is. Pair of right-handers up and throwing in the Rattler pen. And now we're going to get an official visit from the coach. I'm trying to spy down into the bullpen and see who is down there for St. Mary's, but bullpen not the most lighted place on the field. I said earlier, the lights here aren't terribly tall at Red Murph Field, and they're all kind of angled out in the vicinity of second base. Second base in the middle infield, behind the pitcher's mound, shallow center field. That's all really, really well lit. You can see it on your feed right there. That's not some different dirt or anything in that area of the field. It's just that's where all the light is angled. The corners of the field, behind home plate, not near as bright. And Hebner getting a quick hook right here. We're going to go ahead and just take a timeout. I will be able to get you the new pitcher when we come back. Top of the 7th inning, Eagles lead 2-1, looking for more. Rattlers going to the bullpen, trying to put out the fire when we return. St. Mary's has gone to their bullpen. They're bringing on the right-hander, number 14, Trent Russo, 6 foot, 195-pound junior righty out of Lake Jackson, Texas. On the season, Russo's numbers are thus: 2-1 record, 3.23 earned run average. He's got 5 saves. This is his 20th appearance of the campaign, most on the ball club. He's pitched 30 and 2/3 innings, allowed 28 hits, 17 runs, 11 of those runs are earned, 13 walks against 30 strikeouts. Opponents only batting .243 against the big right-hander. He comes on facing Cobble, who promptly turns around and will bat from the left side against the righty. Both runners on base belong to Cole Hebner. He can't win this ball game. He is in line for the loss right now, unless his team can rally. Sterling the runner at third, Orth the runner at first base. Rattlers, even with the bag at the corners, looking for the double play in the middle infield. Cobble shows bunt. They threw a pitch out. Yeah, 2 squeeze plays would be some cojones. Shows bunt again, another pitch out, nothing doing. So now, Cobble has found himself in a good hitter's count here. 2-0. Runner's going from first base. They throw back behind him. They've got him in a rundown. Did they get the tag on him? There's no signal yet. They're going to say that Kaiser missed the tag. So a whole lot of nothing. Orth trying to force a rundown and let Sterling get home from third base. Russo threw it to Barnes at second, back to Kaiser at first, and Kaiser just missed the tag. This time he does bunt, but it's foul. It was not a suicide squeeze. That was a safety squeeze. So then it's just up to Sterling to see where the bunt is placed and if he can get home and score. Cobble was trying to bring it with him up that first baseline. Two one. Snap throw over to first. Orth dives back in. Austin Orth is actually 2 for 3 on the base pass this year. Every member of the Eagles starting lineup has at least 2 stolen bases. Cobble rips this into right field. All the show of bunting, and who cares? He's going for extra bases. It's off the wall. Orth trying to score from first base. He will. Zach Cobble, 3 RBIs on the evening. And the Eagles extend their lead to 5-1. And this inning could be even worse if they hadn't had McKenzie thrown out to start it off. Actually, 4-1. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Sorry, I'm not trying to predict the future. Both of those runs charged to Cole Hebner. We'll go back to the top of the order. In Polston, he has walked twice and stolen a base. Polston shows bunt, takes it low, ball 1. The threat of A power hitter, a guy who can hit one out on any pitch. A lot of pitchers see that and deal with that nowadays, but when everybody on the team is fast, can put down a bunt, will take the extra base, it's a whole different kind of animal to deal with. 1-0. Grounder to short. Ramirez goes to third. Cobble's running on the play. He is tagged out. Maybe a little bit too aggressive there. Cobble done. Polston will reach base on the fielder's choice. Derek Jones up with a runner at first. 2 outs. Throw over. Close play. Jones is 0 for 3 in the ball game. Pitch out, nothing doing. Eagles are really in the heads of the St. Mary's battery right now. They'll throw over again, and again, nothing happening. One 0 pitch is right through the middle. Strike one. One and one. Runner bluffs. Pitch is taken for a strike. Snap throw over once again. Each team has committed one balk in this ball game. You can understand why the runners want to try and unnerve the pitchers as much as they can. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another quick throw by Russo. They're getting close. Jones swings at one in the dirt, and he'll be tagged out. But the Eagles cash it in. 2 runs, 4 hits, no Rattler errors, a runner left on base. 7th inning stretch time, your new score, Oklahoma Christian 4, St. Mary's 1. 2016 Heartland Conference Baseball Tournament back in just a moment. Bottom of the 7th inning, Fazekas back out for Oklahoma Christian, and their bullpen's going to start getting up. The two lefties they have out there, Sturgis and Moore, starting to get to be their time of the ball game. First pitch misses to Vega. Check swing. It's a strike. 1-1. Vega grounds it right back to the mound. Underhand toss to first. 1-3 goes the putout. Two teams here, Oklahoma Christian and St. Mary's, that at least looking at them on paper figured to have some struggles with pitching depth and really would have needed to get into that winner's bracket and stay there. We're seeing some gems put up by their second, third starters today. Fly ball lazily out to left field. Johnson retired. Sepulveda for St. Mary's, keeping their season alive this morning. And now Fazekas twirling a masterpiece of his own here. St. Mary's got a single and a double back-to-back in the second inning. Had second, third, nobody out, only cashed in one run. Other than that, they've got three scattered singles the rest of the ball game. Fazekas has only struck out one, but he hadn't walked a hitter either. That one is low, ball one. So the 5 hits on the board for St. Mary's, that's all they have. No hit batters. They managed to scratch out a balk for what that's worth. 1-0, 1-1. St. Mary's bullpen is silent now. Russo is their closer. Charlie Meagle might just be turning it over to the righty and saying, take us to the end. That one is upstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two one. Ooh, a little bit wide. Looked like a pretty good pitch. Keith Funk laid off of it. Got the call. Here's the 3-1. Bounces up there. Well, sorry, Dylan Fazekas. I cursed you by saying you hadn't walked anybody in this ball game. That's the always powerful broadcast mojo. That'll bring Bo Barnes to the plate. 2 outs, runner on first base. Barnes has fouled out to the catcher and put down a sacrifice bunt. Barnes takes a pitch high, ball 1. Fazekas struggling a little with his control this inning. And his shortstop's going to come over and talk with him, make sure he's still good. One 0 to Barnes. There's a strike. Strike 2. Barnes is fooled by that one. It's a great pitch to hit, but he was not expecting it. 1-2 to the Rattlers' second baseman. That one bounces up there. Nice block by Orth off of his chest. Eagles have their closer, Jake Moore, getting up in the bullpen. 2-2 pitch. Way outside. Count is gone full. Funk will be off and running with the pitch at first base. Baxter will retreat, not try to hold him on. 3-2. There he goes. Up and in. He lost him. Back-to-back walks issued by Dylan Fazekas, the Eagles starter. And suddenly the tying run comes to the plate in the person of Brian Ramirez. Ramirez, not exactly a huge threat to hit home runs, but he does have 2 on the season and 3 triples, 19 doubles. That is going to prompt a visit to the mound for the Eagles before this goes any further. Jake Moore has been throwing for a few moments now. Dylan Sturgis runs out to the bullpen as well. He's starting to get loose for the Eagles. Winner of this game will be back here tomorrow. We'll have to take down the St. Edward Hilltoppers twice. Loser of this game will start making plans for next season. Win or go home. It is a cruel fate when you're in the postseason. Ramirez in this game has played Pepper with Alex Polston, his opposite number. Ramirez has twice grounded out to short, once flied out to him out in shallow left field. Ramirez donning batting gloves for the first time. He struggled in the tournament. Why not try something different? Takes the first pitch for a strike. Fazekas took a little bit off that one. Oh, 1. Low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the 7th inning, 4-1. Eagles lead it. The Rattlers with the tying run at the plate. One to Ramirez. Drives this out to center field. Jones on his horse, and he'll get there. Jones was shaded to left center, had a good ways to come, but he can really fly out there. Rattlers strand 2 more. They've left half a dozen on through 7 innings. Top of the 8th when we return. Heart of the order coming up for Oklahoma Christian. Back at Red Murph Field, Trent Russo finishing his warm-up tosses. He had to wait for his catcher to get geared back up and come on out there. Robert Rosser to lead it off. He is 0 for 3 in this contest. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Jake Moore continues to loosen in the Eagles bullpen. Dylan Sturgis is now heading back to the dugout. Off the end of the bat, fouled back into the netting. Quickly 0-2. Eagles, if they could get some insurance, obviously they would dig that, but they'd also like to just get 6 more outs and get out of here, get some sleep. That is fouled out of play to the left. Our producer Casey nodding. She would like some sleep too. Hilltopper Game Day crew does a great job in Austin, coming up here to Belton, hosting the tournament. A lot of these student workers, their semester was over last week with finals. Then they got to come back to work. Off the end of the bat, Q shot to third base. Strong throw over by Smith. 5-3 goes the putout. In the bottom of the 8th inning, St. Mary's is going to have the 2, 3, and 4 spots. Brandel, Smith, Kaiser. Brandel and Smith have already hit home runs in this tournament. You got to figure that might be their best chance to get some runs and get back in this ball game. But they've got 6 outs to go, and they need at least 3. Russo pumps in a strike right there. A couple of right-handers throwing just in case. That one misses high. There is another strike. Baxter behind now, 1-2. Got a single and a stolen base and 3 trips in this ball game. And now Baxter will call time and step out. That one way outside. Baxter not offering at it. 2-2 pitch. Got underneath this one, pops it out to left field. Easy play for Perez. 2 outs. And here comes Lacey. Lacey got the scoring started, a leadoff solo home run in the 2nd inning. Since then, he is grounded to first and struck out. Wide open stance from the left side. Brings that front foot in, cocks his hips, and gets the drive for his swing. Takes the pitch, ball 1. Right now, the Eagles ahead because of a suicide squeeze in the 5th inning by Zach Cobble. And then, just for good measure, he lined a 2-run double to right field last inning. There's a strike. Count evens 1-1. Rips that back into the net. 1 ball, 2 strikes. McKenzie waits on deck. That one is low and away. Squirts out of Keith Funk's glove. Nobody on base. No harm, no foul. Upstairs, count has gone full. Fouled back into the net. Good battle developing here. Lacey grounded to the right side in to right field. Kaiser couldn't quite get there. Kyle Lacey's second base knock of the ball game. 8 now for the Eagles. Here comes Ben McKenzie. McKenzie started the rally. I guess technically he did last inning. He singled out to right field, got thrown out trying to extend it to a double. But then Sterling after him with a C&I single. Orth with a single. And that chased the starter, Hebner. All three of those balls hit very well. Runner goes. Pitches a strike. Throw down. Not in time. Ball pops out of the glove. That'll be a stolen base for Kyle Lacey. Lacey's 5th stolen base of the year in 10 attempts. Now the runner in scoring position. Catcher sets up inside. McKenzie pops it back off of his thumbs. 0-2. Jake Moore is as warmed up as he is going to get out in the bullpen for Oklahoma Christian. He's had a long time to get loose. And we'll go out and have a conference again. Oh, 2 pitch. Swung on and missed. McKenzie angry with himself. He chased one up around his shoulders out of the zone. In the top of the 8th, no runs, a hit, no errors, runner left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 8th inning, 2, 3, 4 spots for St. Mary's due up when we return. Bottom of the 8th inning, Coach Cobble has gone to his bullpen for the Eagles. He is bringing on his closer, not messing around. Number 34, Jake Moore, 6 foot, 185-pound junior lefty out of Grapevine, Texas. Came on to get the final out last night against Lubbock Christian, so he's looking for his second save of the tournament. First pitch misses inside, ball 1 to Bryce Brandel. Brandel 1 for 3 with a single in this ball game. Moore on the season, 6-1 record. This is his 23rd appearance. He's also got 4 saves to his credit, 1.62 earned run average. Up and in, 2-0. Moore, 33 1/3 innings pitched, just 17 hits allowed, 10 runs, only 6 of them earned. He's walked 12, struck out 42 opponents, batting a minuscule 153 against the left-hander. That one misses low. 3 balls, no strikes. Obviously doesn't want to put a man on base for free with the big sticks coming up. 3-0 pitch. Lost him. 4-pitch walk issued to Bryce Brandel to start. And St. Mary's gets a fast base runner on to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning. They obviously need more than that, trailing 4-1, but can't score 3 unless you start by scoring 1. And Dylan Sturgis going to jog on down to the bullpen again for Oklahoma Christian, just in case. Sturgis pitched an inning and 2/3 last night. He's been up and down several times today. When it's all said and done, he might have pitched a whole game. That pitch is in the dirt, kicks away. Brandel will get down to second, uncontested. A wild pitch on Jake Moore. And the Eagles infield coming out trying to calm down their pitcher. There's a strike. Cheer going up from the Eagles fans. Trying to get more back on track here. One ball, one strike. Misses low with the breaking ball. 2-1. Moore really struggling to find the strike zone out there. That one drops in nicely. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two, kicks, fires. A little bit low and tight. Count has run full. And he'll turn back to second base and look the runner back in. Smith waiting. Brandel, the runner at second base. Very good wheels. And he base hit to the outfield. Mary should get a run. That one bounces up there. Ball 4. Second consecutive walk. This one from a full count. The previous one on 4 pitches. The Eagles were cruising right along behind Dylan Fazekas, and now we're going to give a visit to the mound from their pitching coach once again. He is just not liking what he is seeing out there. More on the season, a dozen walks in 33 innings. So about one every three, but two here. The first one not even close. Umpire heading out to make sure this is a short conference. Javier Cantu. We'll see everybody back into their dugouts. So now, Jack Kaiser represents the tying run at the plate for St. Mary's. He already has a home run this weekend. Time being called once again. First pitch misses low and away. That's in there for a strike. Moore taking a long time. He's ready. Misses inside. 2-1. Jake Moore throwing plenty hard, but right now he's throwing it all over the place. And the Rattlers hitters aren't even thinking about swinging. Two one. Hitters count for Kaiser. Here's the pitch. Ooh, threw him a breaking ball. He popped him up. Foul territory. Now just drifts back into fair play. What a big first out. McKenzie puts it away. Kaiser upset with himself, shaking his head. He had the green light right there on the 2-0 count. He was out in front and reached for it and popped himself out. Donnie Perez up now. He has a single and a run scored in 3 trips. See if that settles Moore down. He drops in a strike right there. 0-1. Bottom of the 8th inning. Tying run at the plate for St. Mary's. Heart of their order up. Popped straight back by Perez. 0-2. Rattlers aren't going to get many more chances after this. Certainly won't have any chances as potentially good as this one with their big boppers up. Leadoff walks to Brandel and Smith from the Eagles closer. Now he's trying to recover and work his way out of the jam that he got himself into. Perez in the hole, 0-2. 1 for 3 in this ball game. He scored the Rattlers' only run. Wicked rip at that one. Just got a piece, fouled it back. Another 0-2 to Perez. He waits. Again, reaches out, pops it foul. Out of play over our heads. 0-2 again. Breaking ball, strike 3, swinging. He kept throwing him the heat, and then he gave him the off-speed curve. Perez could not slow down. 2 outs after the first 2 were put on for free, and it's up to Angel Vega. 1 for 3. Shot a double out to right field back in the second inning. A little bit low, ball 1. Eagles playing the no doubles defense, the corner infield spots. Outfield very deep, respecting Vega's power. 1-0. Swing and a miss. He was trying to tie it up right there. Vega, the 6th spot hitter for St. Mary's. Obviously, they'll have another crack at the Eagles in the 9th inning if they can't get it here, and they would be sending up the bottom third of their order. 1-1. Drops in the slow curve. 1-2. Suddenly, Jake Moore has found it. Whatever his pitching coach came out and said to him, it took. I'm sure coaches wish it was always that easy. Come out, say what you need to say, and have your player immediately respond and do exactly what you told him to. Moore will step off the rubber briefly. Vega readjusts in the batter's box. 1-2. Stays with the curveball that time, goes down and drives it out of play foul. He'll get another pitch. Another 1-2 from Moore. Blew the fastball past him. Jake Moore comes on. He wasn't providing relief for the first 2 hitters, but then he goes P5, KK, and he escapes. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 more left on base. Rattlers have left 2 on each of the last 2 innings. 2016 Heartland Conference Baseball Tournament, top of the 9th when we come back. Top of the 9th inning, Trent Rousseau back to work for St. Mary's. He will face the 7, 8, 9 spots. First one to Sterling, misses upstairs, ball 1. Sterling singled, doubled, flied out to second. He has scored 2 runs for Oklahoma Christian. That is in there. Count evens 1-1. Each team has sent the exact same number of batters to the plate through 8 innings. Eagles out hitting the Rattlers 8-5. Rattlers A lot more free passes. The Eagles have made it count. Oklahoma Christian has only left 5 runners on base. They've got a solo home run, a squeeze bunt, and a line drive double to bring in all their runs. Count goes to 2-2. Rattlers got an RBI ground out all the way back in the 2nd inning. In the 7th and 8th inning, they've worked 2 walks each time and been unable to do anything with them. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swung on, skied, left field, foul territory, no play to be had. Lacey had a very long way to go, shifted over towards left center with the left-handed hitter up. Excuse me, that was Perez, the left fielder. Been calling Kyle Lacey's name very frequently today, making a lot of good plays out in left field. Sterling just gets a piece of that, fouls it off at home plate. We'll do it all over. Another 2-2. Reaches out, pops this up. It will just drift beyond the infield. Ramirez, couple steps into the grass, puts it away. And that'll bring Austin Orth to the plate. Orth, a sac bunt in the 5th to get Sterling over to third base where that squeeze bunt could score him. In the 7th, he drove a single into the gap in left center field. Ended up being a very long single. Got Sterling over to third, and he scored on Cobble's double. Orth takes strike 1. That one is up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're hoping for a first pitch at noon tomorrow. There might be some weather. If there's any change, we will let you know. 1-1. Well hit out to right center field. Long run, Johnson over his head, and that is going to hop over the wall for a ground rule double. Orth put a charge in that one. Good opposite field power by the big catcher. Here is Cobble. He has been the hero for the Eagles. He's driven in 3 of their 4 runs so far. He'll step out before the first pitch can be thrown. Swings and misses at that one. Chased one up around his shoulders. Oh, 1. Way upstairs. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, top of the 9th inning. Eagles lead by 3, but they're looking for more. Long check of Orth back at second base. Pitch is low, 2 balls, 1 strike. Two one. Low and away, 3 balls, 1 strike. Top of the order, waiting on deck. Righty and lefty up for the Rattlers in the bullpen. Eagles bullpen is silent. That is low, ball 4. Cobble ambles on down to first base. Russo running into trouble here in the top of the 9th inning. He's gone 2+ at this point. And he'll face Polston for the second time. Polston hit into a fielder's choice to shortstop in the 7th inning. He's walked twice, stolen a base, and grounded out to third. There's a strike on the outside corner. Derek Jones on deck. Oh, 1 pitch. Here it comes. 0-2. Way upstairs with that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Funk gonna head on out to the mound. Make sure he and Rousseau are on the same page here. They don't want to let this lead get any bigger for Oklahoma Christian. Still 1-2. Eagles shortstop waits. Strike 3 looking. Polston wasn't sure about it, but wisely just turns around, spins back to his own dugout. Jones up. 0 for 4 in this game. Swing and a miss. That just got off of the glove of Funk. That's going to be a pass ball. He just didn't squeeze his mitt. Now runners are at second and third. And a hit could really put this one out of reach. Pitch was a strike, however. Jones did swing through it. Rousseau back to the wind. There's strike 2. Rousseau, deep breath, collecting himself. Got to get one more out. And he gets him. Strike 3 looking. Eagles leave 2 in scoring position. No runs, a hit, no errors, 2 left. Last chance for St. Mary's. When we come back, they need 3 to tie, 4 to win. You're watching the 2016 Heartland Conference Baseball Tournament on the Heartland Conference Broadcast Network. Bottom of the ninth inning, Jake Moore completing his warm-up tosses. He's got the 7, 8, 9 spots due up. If anyone reaches base, top of the Rattlers order will get another look. Zach Johnson will lead it off. He has driven in St. Mary's only run in this ball game with a ground out in the second. Grounded to short, grounded to second, flied out to left. Misses outside, ball one. Stay tuned post game. I'll run you through both teams' box scores and pitching lines. Take a quick look ahead to the championship round tomorrow. 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike. One. Johnson drives this foul up the right side. Boy, Jake Baxter all the way down there. That ball was over past the St. Mary's bullpen, and Baxter, the first baseman, was closer to it than his right fielder. There was a lot of ground on those long legs. Moore has his new baseball rubbed up to his specifications. Now he's ready. 1-2 to Johnson. Here it comes. Outside. All the way to the backstop. Jake Moore kind of stomping around out there on the mound. A lot of energy pent up in that body. He's trying to channel it through his pitches and get him over the plate. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Johnson down on strikes. Third consecutive punch out for Moore. Here's Funk, the catcher. He's fouled out to first, singled, and walked. Pitch misses inside, ball one. Pitch. 2-0. Nowhere near. 3 balls, no strikes. Moore walked the first hitter he faced on 4 pitches. Walked Matt Smith on a full count. But since then, he's settled down and retired the next 4. Three-0. That's right there, strike one. Three-one pitch. This ball hit well out in the left center field. Jones on the run, leaps, it's over his head. And took a weird carom off the wall. Jones slow to recover. And that's just going to be a plain old triple for Keith Funk. Running hard out of the box. And the St. Mary's Rattlers not done yet. Funk, his first triple of the year. Congratulations. First hit allowed by Jake Moore. And there goes Sturgis out to the pen once more. Pinch hitter coming up for St. Mary's now. Number 38, Kyle Jenkins, 6 foot, 180-pound senior righty from Bulverde, Texas. Jenkins, 316 batting average on the year. He's appeared in 40 games, 7 doubles, no home runs, 19 runs batted in. Jenkins takes strike one. Keith Funk, the runner at third base. His run doesn't matter all that much for the Eagles. They just need 2 more outs. They would gladly trade the out to let him score. That ball fouled back into the net, 0-2. Brian Ramirez waits on deck for St. Mary's. Oh, 2 pitch. Way outside. One, two, more. Still working out of the stretch. Here he comes. Fouled back. With a proud Rattler team. They are going to go down fighting. One, two again. Chased one out of the zone. And it is all up to Brian Ramirez for St. Mary's. Brandel waits on deck if Ramirez can keep the game going. First pitch is in there for strike one. Curveball stays a little bit wide. 1-1 is the count. One, here it comes. Strike two. Ramirez will readjust his batting gloves. Take a couple of practice cuts. And step back in the box. Here's the pitch. Strike three looking. Moore strikes out the side in the 9th inning, wrapped around a triple. And the Eagles of Oklahoma Christian survive and advance. They take this game by a score of 4-1. They'll be back here tomorrow. They'll have to defeat the St. Edwards Hilltoppers twice. But they took care of business here tonight. A fantastic start from their pitcher, Dylan Fazekas, a well-deserved victory. And Jake Moore made it a little interesting in the 8th and the 9th inning, but he punched out 5 of the 6 outs that he recorded. Have the team's box scores and line scores. We'll jump right in. We'll start with the visiting victorious Eagles. Alex Polston in this game was 0 for 3. He walked twice and stole a base. Derek Jones took an 0 for 5. Robert Rosser was 0 for 4. Jake Baxter 1 for 4 with a single and a stolen base. Kyle Lacey was 2 for 4. He had a solo home run in the second, added a single and a stolen base. Ben McKenzie was 1 for 4 with a single. Jared Sterling was 2 for 4. He singled and doubled, scoring 2 runs. Austin Orth was 2 for 3, singled, doubled, scored a run. And Zach Cobble, what a game he had. He was 1 for 2. His suicide squeeze bunt in the 5th was the decisive run in this ball game. Then he had a little insurance, a 2-run double in the 7th inning just for good measure. Also drew a walk in the 9th. 4 runs on 9 hits for Oklahoma Christian. They committed the game's only error. For the pitchers, Dylan Fazekas gets the W. 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He walked 2, struck out 1. He is now 4-5 on the year. Jake Moore gets the save. He goes 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks. He strikes out 5. The save is his 5th of the season. For St. Mary's, Brian Ramirez was 0 for 5 in this contest. Bryce Brandel 1 for 3 with a walk and a single. Matt Smith was 0 for 3 with a walk. Jack Kaiser 1 for 4 with a single. Donnie Perez was 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored. Angel Vega 1 for 4 with a double. Zach Johnson was 0 for 4. He did drive in a run with a ground out. Keith Funk was 2 for 3, singled, tripled, and walked. Bo Barnes was 0 for 1. He walked, put down a sacrifice bunt. He was pinch hit for by Kyle Jenkins. Jenkins went 0 for 1. 1 run on 6 hits for St. Mary's. They did not commit an error. For the Rattlers pitcher, Cole Hebner takes the loss. 6 1/3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 runs. They were all earned. He walked 2. He struck out 4. He'll finish the season with an even Steven 6-6 record. Trent Russo goes 2 2/3 innings of relief, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk. He struck out 4. St. Mary's will finish the season with a record of 31-22. And for the Oklahoma Christian Eagles, they'll be back here tomorrow, hoping for a noon first pitch. There might be some weather. Stay tuned to the Heartland Conference website to get any updates. If there is inclement weather, we will do the best we can to get this in. The Eagles have to win 2 tomorrow. They would advance to the regional tournament next weekend. St. Edward's Hilltoppers have 2 chances to just win 1 and wrap up the Heartland Conference tournament, which of course would get them the same bid to the NCAA South Central Regional next week. 2 games yesterday, 3 games today, 2 days in the books, 1 more to go. Glad you could join us today, however long you're with us, wherever you were tuned in. Hope you had as much fun taking in the games as we did bringing them to you. I think I speak for my producer Casey next to me when it was a very long day. There's just no reason to drag this out, folks. Thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow, hoping for a noon first pitch. Tune in for any updates if we're not here, ready to go at 12 o'clock. For all of us here at Red Murph Field in Belton, Texas, this is Cameron Kushwar saying good night, and I'm out.